And then you start hearing this whack, 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 thump, slap, whack, whack. And it's just, it was as if something was just, you know, I don't know, beatboxing on the tree. So about 3 in the morning. I'm gonna review the audio later, and I'll be definitely sending it to you guys.
Something's walking around back here in the trees.
Welcome to Salish Sasquatch, where we share evidence as well as encounters. It is that time of year for our annual camp out, and we are heading to our home away from home, the Gifford-Pinchot National Forest. If you watched our recent video titled Monster Mountain, you heard an amazing audio clip that we captured.
All right, there's some vocals going off right now. You hear that? Oh, shh. Quiet.
I think there's two of them because it was sounding over here and now it's over here.
Let's be quiet.
That's not coyote calls.
No, that's
It's not coyote. I don't know.
We are returning to the same area for this large camp out, and we are bringing a lot of friends and fellow Bigfooters with us, and we captured quite a bit of evidence. Some of the audio we analyzed while we were in camp, and you're going to hear those clips in this video.
So the first morning that Larry and I were here, we were walking the road having a cup of coffee, and right down this way over here it drops down, and we were hearing knocks, just single knocks, about every 40 seconds or so, and it was going on for about 15 minutes.
Yeah. And we walked slowly while we were listening. We walked all the way up to about that bend there of the road and listening to the knocks. There was also a low vibrational knock. Remember that? Or whatever it was, more of a percussive, low vibration type of sound. We couldn't really figure out what that was. The knocks were really clear.
And then Damon and Ed came and investigated that area later and heard the chest slap sounding.
Went down there.
Yeah.
Yesterday was a pretty interesting day for us. In the morning, it started out with Jonathan and Larry were up kind of early and walking around over here, and we recorded like a couple. Started hearing knocks right along this road that we're standing along, down in here. Some over here, some over there. The last couple of days I've been driving by it on this thing. You can kind of look down into it, and this looks like topographically this is a big low dipped area. It goes down quite a ways. I'm probably say 200 or 300 feet down to here, and then levels off a nice meadowy basin down here, all kinds of just beautiful spots, and it comes up the other side. So I've been kind of looking at this space last couple of days, and after we got the knocks in the morning, Ed and I decided that we were going to go in there. And you can tell just by looking around down there that there's something is there on a very regular basis, just living. We found some logs knocked over and kind of dug into. We came across a trail where like every branch was knocked off the side of the tree to about this high, you know, as it went by it. So I think there's just something is living there on a regular basis. Next thing you know, we hear a wood whack, and I'm like, what the heck?
We both looked in that direction. It was real obvious.
Yeah, and it was quite literally like 50 feet away from us, just on the other side of these trees and these bushes that were right there. So we stopped for a second, listened, and then you start hearing this whack, 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 thump, slap, whack, whack, and it was as if something was just, you know, I don't know, beatboxing on the trees out there. Because the difference, like it was like slap, whack, whack, and then maybe a hand slap or a chest slap or something like that. It was very loud, and so we just stopped there. And we were like, let's wait. And I'm recording everything. I have it on the audio and stuff like that. And it stopped for a minute, and it'd go again, and it started. It went on for about 7 or 8 minutes. It was doing this.
I thought it was over for a while. We were sitting there. I thought it was gone, and then it kicked back up again.
Yeah, it kicked back up again.
It's just right over there. Yeah.
Sitting in a tree. Maybe he'll go closer to us. That is not a deer.
And then it got quiet again, and then we're trying to decide how do we get over there? Do we sneak over there? Do we try to, you know, get eyes on this thing? What is that, you know? And so we decided at that point we started to start moving forward, and then we heard the chopping and slapping again, except it was further away from us, like same direction we were looking towards it, and then further that direction.
Yeah, I did tell him, I said, why don't you go first? I'll sit back, give me your camera. And I was filming him just in case something ran off. At least one of us was there ready to film it. So he went first. He was, I don't know, you went out 30, 40 feet, right?
Yeah, I'd move forward with the therm, tried to get up the hill, try to get around that thing. We talked about the tone of the slaps and the chops and all that stuff, and it didn't feel like a threatening or
I agree.
Any kind of territorial display or anything like that. I think it was just dinking around.
We keep forgetting about the squirrels. There was 2 squirrels. One, I guess would be north, right? And one south of us, and they were just going off like crazy.
Yeah, ironically, when we were listening to the audio again to try to find it, just before we got up to move, that squirrel on this end went nuts.
Oh, 'cause you could hear it.
Yeah, so I didn't put 2 and 2 together. So maybe he was calling, you know, announcing that thing moving or coming through.
Wow.
Tonight and tomorrow night. I gotta go.
Oh, and that's it, huh?
Yeah.
You make yourself curious, you make yourself unpredictable, because people are predictable, right? We follow the trails, man-made trails and stuff. It's the times that when we're out there in the woods where we're unpredictable, I think that Sasquatch gets really curious. Like Johnny and I were talking about this the other night. He's hiked these, you know, his experience down here, he hiked the ridgeline, and he probably got in their backyard where they can sit up there, be safe. Nobody's coming up there, but he did. Yeah. So he kind of dragged them in out of curiosity and whatnot. So you kind of get into that area where you're like, you know, you draw them in, and why are those people out there doing what they're doing? You make them curious of you, to the fact that they have to come check you out.
I really had no idea they'd be able to do that.
Might have to look into one of those.
Yeah. Otherwise, I would have.
Hydro Flask is the brand.
Oh well.
No, not Hydro Flask. No.
Yeah. No. That's not the only stupid thing I've done in my life.
And then it has lights in it too. So. It'll flash if you come on. Okay. A little reminder.
What'd you make for breakfast, Virgil?
Well, I call it the Samson Special. I started off with sausage, and then I put eggs in it with a little bit of soy sauce. And then I put cheese on top of that. And separately, I cook hash browns. I put the hash browns on top. And then my last thing I do is I make country gravy and put over the top. And yeah, I call it, this is our elk camp special here. We made it for years, so it'll stick with you for a long time.
Why don't you dish up a piece of it so we can
Okay.
see what it looks like?
Sure. Yeah, you just kind of cut it like this. The gravy's hasn't quite set up yet, but it's getting there. So here's the old, yeah, there's everything in it. So,
Oh, wow.
yeah.
Gut bomb.
Yeah, the old gut bomb. There you go, and you can put however much gravy on it you want, and you can put your salt and pepper, Tabasco, sriracha, yeah, all this stuff. So that's it right there.
Don't forget your sriracha, folks.
Yeah.
I count myself.
So our friend was camping at the camp that we are at, and he took a good hike and summited this, and he came back down, got a little bit turned around, a little bit lost, and something paced him all the way back to camp. And as soon as he got in his tent, it started shaking his tent. So that's one of the biggest reasons why we chose to camp where we camped. Also because we're in the middle of huckleberry fields, and it's got to be one of the best resources in Washington State right now.
So what's the plan, Damon?
The plan is to eat that steak.
Okay.
And then eventually we're going to go, let's see here. We're going to drive over to Lake tonight, and we probably have the place to ourselves. We're going to look for huckleberry fields. There's a lot of them around here, and maybe we can catch something coming in and getting a little dessert tonight. Yeah, there's already something over there that looks suspicious. Let's go see what we got. It's an elk. You can tell by the thermal signature what it looks like, but I can also do this. Boom. Hello, elk.
So Damon, what do you think about this spot?
I mean, I did get a knock up there the other night, so they are coming by. I think with more people up there, it's probably going to, make it a little bit more of an attractive, thing for them to come look at. What's up?
Hey, man, is that you?
Yeah.
Hey.
So last night I was asleep. My daughter in the bed was in her tent and heard a large stick break and then like a percussive sound, like a knock. And it was roughly, she said, about 3 in the morning, right? In the bed? Yeah, so about 3 in the morning. Gonna review the audio later, and I'll be definitely sending it to you guys. Don't know what it was, but interesting based on the other things that were occurring the last couple of days.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Let's just go to the natural bridges first, and we'll stop. We're up here in Trout Lake, Washington, and we're going up here to the natural bridges. This is all lava and basalt rock that has came off of Mount Adams, and it formed big tubes coming down through here. And then over the years, they've degraded, and there's certain sections of them that have fell in, and it's left natural bridges, and that's where we're at. It's the natural bridges here in just out of Trout Lake, Washington, and there's miles and miles of them, but this is more of a tourist spot. But I know where a lot more of these are, where you can actually go underground and come out a couple hundred yards away.
This is the area that James talks about when he's talking about compasses not working, loss of time.
Yeah, this is the area right here. So yeah, there's just layer upon layer, and each, like he was saying, each layer has a certain, iron metal makeup. So as they kind of pile up, your compasses won't work in here. It's just kind of a bizarre place, and it's just going to remain that way forever, I think, and nothing's going to change that. So yeah. So this here is a lava tube. As you can see, it goes on up. It goes for miles in each direction. So over time, these tubes, yeah, it just degraded and eroded enough where the tops have fell in, and it just leaves these natural bridges. Right here, there's one here, there's one over there, there's another one down here. They're just big lava tubes. Yeah, I can't pick one out.
This is basalt right here.
Yep.
Lava rock.
It's lava rock.
And these huckleberries are my favorite berries. Man, those are good.
They were still red. They were so.
Pacific Northwest foraging is very, very plentiful. And the times you hear Sasquatch being territorial is when people are in their fishing spots, or their berry picking spots. Yeah, there's huckleberries everywhere. These are all huckleberries.
Look at that bush.
Loaded right there. Look at that. As far as the eye can see, huckleberries. Oh, I see you hiding. Look at these big ones right here.
They're everywhere. I will. It's okay. Hi. Synchronized swimming.
All right, we are ready to eat. Okay. Move some of these down. Down under here. Yep, it's time. All right, let's go.
Hey, Steve.
Are you guys eating? Are you guys eating together?
We gotta do this. This is Squashback Mountain.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun tonight going up the berry fields.
You're good.
Faces are everything all right.
That little, go back with our truck. I think it's called the Seven Sisters. That's 12 of them. It's a little, it looks like a little tiny.
Now I'll remove the night vision. There we go.
Anyway, I always thought that was because it looks like a little different, but it's not. It's like the Seven Sisters. So I was walking on this path over here through the grass, heading over to Virgil's camp, and right when I got to like where that little tree is right there, I just heard like this power knock, just wood on wood, just right down over the edge here.
And we've been getting knocks constantly from down along this area. And then last night, I got one from right up there. When I first got to camp, I came up here to take in the view. This was 2 days ago, which would have been Wednesday when I got here. I didn't notice the last time I'd camped here that there was a path right here. So I came walking up this path. And as soon as I hit right here, there was a power knock from up there. Our friends Shane J. and James Washburn had heard knocks coming from up there 2 years ago when they camped in this very spot.
Okay, we're heading up to a high mountain lake up here that I've been to several times. I've had 3 reports out of this lake area, 2 by boaters, 1 by a bank fisherman. They've had some strange noises and howls and stuff going on. And so what we're gonna do today is we're gonna go out and we're gonna place audio recorders in 3 different locations. And we may let them run for a couple of nights, may go back in tomorrow or Sunday. All right, there we go. Hold on. We're heading down this lake to the back end of this. The first report that I got from a boater was off to our left over here. They were hearing sounds, yells, tree knocks, and the closer that they got to shore, the louder everything was getting, but they would turn around and come back out into the middle of the lake, and then they would go back in trolling, and it started all over again. It was doing the same thing, and they just didn't know what they were dealing with. So they kind of got scared and hung up on this side of the lake, and then they just left because it just didn't stop. The second report that I have is over here on this side, over here, and the same thing happened. They kept hearing, it sounded like wind singing down through the trees. It wasn't as violent as this side. It was more like they were just kind of communicating back and forth, but they said there was at least 2 of them over here in the tree line.
So what's in this lake?
It's stocked with rainbow trout, and it's a pretty good lake to fish. We're going to take these Taz cams, and we have 3 of them, and we're going to put one over here in these trees right here, and then we're going to go over here into these trees over here on the west side of the lake, and then we're going to come over on this northern side, and we're going to place one over there, and we're going to let them run for at least 48 hours, maybe, or 24 to 48 hours. It all depends on how anxious or excited we get to come and get them.
And so we're placing these task cams. These are awesome recorders, and they are ready to go. And I just want to give everybody out there a quick reminder. Always remember with task cam, hit record twice. Record, and then see up there, it's still paused, but it's still showing you the sound wave. Now it's recording. Always hit it twice on a task cam. Okay.
All right, we're about to storm the beach.
Impact. Oh, look at Indian paintbrush right here.
Oh yeah.
This is Indian paintbrush. Look at this paintbrush. It's so pretty.
No, I'm just gonna go out here and we'll place this 10:30 a.m. and we're ready to go.
We don't even bother trying to hide the equipment because it's just best to look like you're trying to record wildlife instead of trying to catch them. Don't you think that that's what we found are the best results?
Yeah,
We
don't
always just put our audio equipment out, don't we?
Yeah, I have better luck just laying it on a log. If you try to hide
Yeah.
it, then
It looks sneaky. It looks suspect. It looks more.
they
Yeah, so we just put it out and record the wildlife.
Yeah, their curiosity is seeing something like that. But if you hide it, then they're like, hey, there's a trick here.
Yeah,
There's something
exactly.
going on, and they'll walk away.
That's what
You'll
I'm
never
saying.
Just leave them laying right out in the open. I kind of want to go, I don't know, maybe go over in that corner somewhere and then take the other one over to about where that boat is, and we'll get out and put the third one in right there. Does that sound like a plan, everybody? So we kind of got the lake surrounded. Yeah.
There's nowhere to camp along this lake, is there?
No, it's fishing only. There's just a boat launch with just a few parking spots.
Now we're heading to spot number 2.
Yeah, we're going to spot number 2, which is going to be right over here in this corner. This is going to be our second boating report that we got. And we're going to go put up some TAS cams over there for the night or 2 nights.
One of the main reasons why you get reports is because you're a fishing guide.
Yeah, I'm a fishing guide on the Clicktat River for salmon, steelhead, and coho. I've been doing it for about 40 years now. So if anybody ever wants to go fishing, call up Foul Attitude Outdoors in Golden, Washington. I'll take you. So yeah, I get a lot of reports. I talk to a lot of people. I know a lot of people in my community, and I'm getting more and more reports all the time from people I've known all my life, never said anything. It's kind of surprising, really.
So we just noticed a trail right there. We're gonna go in through there so that we don't have to go through all the crazy stuff we went through over there. Brace for it.
Another successful man.
So this is the trail that we want to go down. Look at this. Very heavily used. Oh, poop. Where you think, Virgil? Close to the game trail?
Yeah, I think this would be a good spot right here. Yeah, we'll just set it right over here in this direction, and we'll just point it out this way. Yeah, there's a good, whatever's been using it, it's been well used.
I think
so
everything uses this
me
trail.
too. I think this would be a good spot. So let me get this going. We're near Mount Adams in a high mountain lake, 12:37 in the afternoon. Just let that set for 24 to 48 hours, and we'll come back and pick it up.
Pretty well-established game trail. Just going.
Look at all these.
Oh, everybody's berries.
Get a fly in from across the lake.
Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah, whatever you guys want to do.
Berries everywhere. And these look like they've barely been picked.
Are these the little blue ones? Yeah. Oh yeah, these are the big
that was. All right, time to get my feet wet.
You know what? I'm actually thinking about putting another one out on that side over there because there's a road that goes up right up through here.
Okay,
I think we got this side covered pretty good.
we
got-
do.
Go ahead.
Good.
There's a nice stump we can put that on right there too.
All right, so Virgil, we're going to spot number 3. Where at?
This will be on the south side of the lake.
Well, where are we heading right now, though? You said that you wanted to put it on a specific stump.
Oh yeah, right where the bow is pointing right there. Right up the bow, there's a stump sticking up out of that brush. I want to set it right on top of that. Right there, right where the bow is pointing. I think that'd be a good spot.
Oh yeah, perfect.
Right there in the middle.
Okay, I'm gonna get us right where the oar's pointing. I'm gonna go right in there.
Spot number 3.
There we go. There. Regular old Pathfinder yard, Jim.
Yeah.
Woo, so big.
What kind of berries?
Oh, these are huckleberries, and they're just absolutely loaded in here. They're everywhere.
Purple or red?
The purple.
Shoot.
Oh wow, look at that.
Should have gone.
Tons of them. Holy cow! Wow, there's just.
Jimmy Tengate at an undisclosed location, August 8th, 1 p.m. Deploying recorder at the lake.
They're everywhere. I mean, it's.
Yeah, I gotta take a picture of that branch.
Look at those.
Loaded.
Oh, they're tasty.
Let me test that theory.
They're big.
They're just everywhere.
big.
Oh, they're tasty.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Just perfect.
Yeah. Those are delicious.
We got everything done, and now we head back, right?
Yep, everything is deployed.
All
Now we're-
3 recorders covering this lake.
Yep, everything's out. What an adventure.
Yeah. Nom nom nom.
answer is no. Now you know.
It's just so different when he was dead.
George, you were different.
Boy, the mountain looks really good through this. Holy shit. Wow, you can see the whole mountain clear as day. Wow. It's pretty good.
There's Mount Adams right there. And here it is through thermal.
Okay, yeah, so I'll turn it over here. So this is Mount Adams, and this is on Fusion. And then we're gonna go to White Hot.
Which means the hottest parts are white, the coldest parts are dark.
Right, here's the whole Mount Adams. Whatever's hot will show up in here. See, there goes a bird. This is probably a good 25 miles away, this mountain.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how good this thermal is. It just kind of turns night into day.
What'd you guys hear last night?
My snoring?
Did somebody hear something last night?
Yeah, Jimmy did, I did. It was about 11:19, and it was like a wee sound, like way back down in here.
Back down this way.
Yeah, that's.
Did you, we need to talk to,
I talked to Jimmy about it.
no, talk to Randy down there.
Yeah.
The guy's camping down the road.
At the other end of camp.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's another camp. They were gonna come and watch the movie. About 10 o'clock, they said no. I went down there. They're not. They went to bed. They're too tired. They're calling it a night. So they went to sleep. So I don't think it was them, but I still have to double check.
Right. Probably not.
Yeah.
Yeah, so at 11:19, I was up in my rooftop tent, and I was listening to a podcast going to sleep, and I heard over the podcast, but it was longer, louder, and sounded feminine. And I was like,
Lorenzo heard it too.
yeah. So did Larry.
Uh-huh.
I was like, holy cow, I wonder if they're call blasting or something up there. So I was like, first thing in the morning, I'm going to get up and ask everybody. But, you know, there was no call blasting going on. It was back up in this direction. So,
Tell me what you got.
okay, so Steve has been going through Larry's audio.
And Larry had his audio.
Deployed.
He had 3 of them back this way.
Correct.
And he had one of them.
One back
this
here.
way?
So I believe the one he's listening to now is the one back here.
Okay, and where did you hear the audio from? Somewhere back here?
So the audio I heard was back over in the direction right in front of you.
At 11:19.
11:19.
So you're looking for the audio clip at 11:19.
Right, but he's only like at 8:30 and he's already got a whoop and something else. So
Off Larry's?
yes, come on over. All right, so Sarah's over and we were talking about the audio that you've captured.
This is Larry's
This is Larry's.
audio, right? From over there?
Yeah, so I'm 15 minutes. He turned on his.
Larry's audio from this way.
Yeah.
Who's that in that hole over there?
So he started recording at 8:15. Around 8:30, we get our first whoop sound. That's what this is.
Ready to pair.
Oh, you're ready to pair?
Here's what you ought to do is run up the trail.
And there's the Crystal Grotto.
Yeah, head on down, man. We'll do it in a second. Jump in first.
Does it go up a while or is this just it?
I have to figure it out. I don't remember what time it was because I was in my tent, but I heard a weird whoop thing or whatever. I'm going to guess it'll say 11:30. But I had, let's see, I have 5 recorders out and one recorder that was down in that direction. I don't even know what direction it is, but it picked up more whoops and stuff prior to the main event, which I heard.
So you found more?
Yeah.
Okay.
Moving. Lots more.
What's the time frame look like?
8:30 or so. Whenever we were watching movies, everyone was getting ready to leave, and you can hear everyone kind of talking and commiserating, but in the background, from about this direction, you hear 2-3 whoops, and then one sounds like a whoop. It's strange.
Okay, so these were the captures that Larry got last night, right? Like a series of whoops and stuff like that, where you see here and here.
Yeah.
You know, these whoop, whoop.
This is not all of the audio from our trip. We have 5 or 6 other recorders that we have yet to go through, and we will share those in an upcoming video because we plan on returning to this exact same spot within the next few weeks. Just when I was about to finish off this video and export it, our friend Shane Corson contacted us and said that he found another audio clip. Now, he sent this to our friend David Ellis, who is one of the best in Washington State, if not the United States, for analyzing audio files of supposed Bigfoot. And this is what David said about this audio clip. Something howled for 18 seconds. That's a set of lungs, the power, especially for the distance involved. The vocalizer had to be miles away. He goes on to say that the vocal resonates in the 580 hertz range. This is a very significant catch for the Bigfoot community. Larry and I were just taking a walk back here, and we were discussing all of the berries that are covering the ground of this forest. So in June, this would have been covered with strawberries.
Yep, there's some strawberries right here.
Yep.
And then we got these little red berries here. I don't know what they are. Folks,
I think those might be knick-knick. I'm not sure though. I'll have to look. I'll post it right here because
but
I'm
when
not
in
sure, but I
doubt,
think that's
don't
knick-knick.
eat them. Well, you can tell the strawberry leaf. So these are little dwarf strawberries. Very sweet.
They're my favorite strawberries, but this would have been covered in strawberries in June.
The other plant that's edible over here are the swordtail ferns. You can see those over there. Earlier in the season, when they have the little fill, when you pick those, and they taste exactly like spinach, or no, asparagus. very good, very nutritious. This time of year, you could probably go towards the root and have the roots. But, you know, forests look barren to most people, but it's a abundant food sources everywhere through here, wherever you go. I haven't seen any birch yet, but even the birch we can use for making fire. See if it's still got. Smells like birch. Birch, folks. This is wet and it will still start. That's birch. Its bark is like gasoline. If you walk along, we'll find some later, but walk along and look at some of these Douglas fir trees, and if it's got a little, they'll have a wound on the main trunk. You could peel that off. You chew it like gum, or use it to start fires with.
And there's also another thing on the ground right here. These are our native blackberry.
Yeah, they're called black caps.
And these are the best blackberry that you can get. Unfortunately, the Himalayans overrun their growing spaces, so you don't see them very often.
Now, the difference between the dark huckleberry and the red huckleberry, the obvious thing is the color of the stalk. Okay. Well, I'm kind of like in between right now. Again, I haven't seen any divorce papers, and if she's hiding the 401k, we'll carry on. Maybe we'll find a more mature batch. Very happy to found that.
Those are all strawberries.
Yep, got all the strawberries, and then if you look over here with the tall stalks, that's called bear grass.
Mm-hmm.
Allegedly, bear eat them.
Larry and I are on a hunt for mushrooms.
Here's one. You might want to know if it's edible. Anytime you see a mushroom that's got this secondary cap, the lower cap, this is one you'd go, not edible. Bigfoot could eat it, not us. So around water sources that are permanent, you will find multiple animal trails leading down to the main source of water. There's one behind us, there's one right here, another one here, another one there, one there. Main path goes straight down
Straight
to the
down.
water source, well used by the animals themselves.
And then I'll show you an example here. There's a lot of trails going
There's
uphill.
like 5, 1, 2,
Yeah.
3,
It's hard to see.
4, 5,
And it goes
6,
right through there.
7, 8. They're all coming off of here going down.
And now we're coming across the mosses.
Let's see what we got here. Of course, I might go down because it's muddy.
There's a pond right there.
So, for you hunters out there, a lot of people road hunt. And during the summer, look what we got here. A full water source where there's drought everywhere. You just have to go in the woods a ways. Oh, wow. Come over here. Look at this. Wow. Word. Look at this. I could spend all day in here.
Here's some St. John's wort. Wow.
If I remember right, I'll have to double check, but I think you can make a tea out of the flowers.
Yes, you can.
Very good for you.
This is how a natural forest is supposed to look. There's multiple species of trees. There's cedars, there's Douglas firs, there's hemlocks, there's alders. Yeah, there's blue spruce.
Yeah, alders.
Yes, and birch. And when they log, what they do is they just plant one type of fast-growing tree after wiping out multiple species. And what that does is it destroys.
Ponderosa pine, too.
There's a pine, yeah. But it destroys the ecosystem. It destroys everything underneath it. Across. Yeah.
Bad route, and I'm here I found myself on a bad route.
There is camping spots down here, see them?
I see them. Not that many.
Okay, so we're at another lake up here. It's above, it's another high mountain lake that we're at right now. And we set 3 recorders down at the lower lake, and we're about 1,000 feet up. So where I would like to put these is over here on this left side right here.
So we want to go up this, traverse this and go up. And trust me, it is very steep.
What are you thinking, Sarah?
Wherever you want, boss.
Yeah, I think, like, with these people over here, I think anywhere here would be good. What do you guys think?
I think you put it on that log right there.
Yeah, just set it right here on this log.
We're gonna put this Edirol out.
We have some campers that are all on this side of the lake, but there's no access to this side of the lake. So what we're doing is we're setting out some audio recorders up in here. So if they came down off of this mountain or this hill here and looking at them, this is, I think, our best shot to.
Yeah, because this is where they observe them.
Right.
So.
Have you noticed any resources around here?
A lot of huckleberries. I saw some salmon berries earlier.
Got fish if they can get fish. And obviously they have water here.
There's our recorder right there for the night at lake number 2. And now we will head back down to the boat. Where?
Right there. Right up against the shore. To our left. Straight ahead to our left.
Okay.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah, it'll pull itself right up on here. It guides itself. Down this road earlier today.
Almost looks like it, doesn't it? Okay, so this is a very heavily used game trail. Kind of looks like an animal highway. Definitely an old road, huh?
That's a dead end.
Yeah.
I mean, well, that's interesting.
What's that?
That tree's bowled over. And so is this, but what bowled it over? I mean,
This definitely wasn't rotten whenever it split.
no. I mean, maybe snowpack, but
Could have been.
and up there. I don't know. It's always interests me to find trees like this without the culprit easily viewable. Admittedly, I'm still brand new to this area. It is very squatchy. It's super thick, old growth looking. You got lots of ridges up around us, lots of vantage points. It's Gifford Pinchot National Forest area. If anyone's into the subject knows the history of lore, Sasquatch lore out here. So between Ape Canyon and well, specifically for me, it's Ape Canyon. So yeah, it's vast, and there's plenty of opportunity.
Sasquatch calls are almost always, from my experience, easily discernible. So when it comes to like pitch, for the most part, they're usually almost all going to be in the same pitch area on the spectrograph. And then for volume, every Sasquatch call that I've heard has always been to on the spectrograph to a level that is it's not humanly possible to get to. So the thought that you are in the middle of the forest and you hear an Ohio howl, and to say that it was a person when it sounds just like the same pitch, the same volume as all the other Ohio howls that have been recorded by the Olympic Project, by Sailor Sasquatch, by it doesn't make sense to me. You can tell a difference. I can tell a difference, and I've only been doing this for 5 years, 6 years. So
when you hear those high volume calls, there's not even a question. Like
no, that's the first thing that comes into my mind instantly, because I live in the city, is, oh, that was a person. And then I think about the volume and I go, well, was that a bullhorn? Because it had to have been a bullhorn for me to hear it like that. Our lungs are only built for so much air, so much sound emanation. If you look around, we're completely surrounded by dampening, sound dampening. So to think that our voice is gonna break through this foliage to get to a mile away, even, it's just not feasible. In the long run, you can still tell a difference. You can tell it's got a weaker tonality to it. It's got a weaker volume to it. I've heard the difference between the two, and it's super easily discernible for me. So.
My name's Randy Sylvie, my buddy Rodney Edwards. We are on a hybrid overlanding Sasquatch trip here in Washington. We're hitting all of the spots that have high interest as far as activity, based on some research. And so we've gone to, we started our trip on the east side of Hood, near Pocket Creek, near Badger Lake, and then we spent 2 nights dispersed camping up by Bumping Lake, near Swift Creek, Granite Creek and Kettle Creek. Yeah, and we had some great experiences at Kettle Creek, with some possible percussives, along with something hitting our aluminum table at night. We had recorders set up, so I'm anxious to go through that and verify that. We also heard a vocalization the next night up at Granite Creek, more of a dispersed area by Bumping Lake. Beautiful vocalization late in the evening. And then we moved over to Council Lake, went down there and dispersed camped, quiet, uneventful. And then the following night we ended up going just outside of Trout Lake Snow Park, dispersed camping way up on a mountain near
Mount St. Helens.
Oh, in Mount St. Helens we camped at Ape Caves.
We're up right below Ape Caves on Mount St. Helens for a night, and then dropped down into the Trout Lake, into the Huckleberry area.
Do you have any activity there?
The Huckleberry area? We did.
By Mount St. Helens?
It was quiet, but a rainstorm came in that night. So we had lots of wildlife. We had elk and deer sign. Rain came in, so we didn't hear or catch anything. And then we're ending our trip here with 2 nights in a row with you guys, and excited to meet new people and learn some different methodologies and be students and observe and just have a great time. And so we're honored to be here.
A lot of this trip started out being really just wanted to explore the area, get familiar with the area. Doing the overland pack up move every day, to which normally the activity you want to be in an area for a couple days, not just in and out. But we really wanted to explore, to get familiar, where we wanted to come back to and spend that timeline. And so far, to be honest, this specific location with you has been our best.
Can you guys tell me what you guys heard last night?
We were sitting just like this, and it was 8:30. I wrote it down ish. We had a very, very clear, loud vocalization, and it started off human to the point where we were able to discern in our minds that it was a female, and a young female, possibly we thought from your group. But the vocalization slowly integrated into an owl vocalization all in one breath, 4 to 5, 6.
It was fairly long.
Yeah, and it was very, very human, but yet it like I said, it integrated into an owl, and it was startling.
It changed tones.
It did. It
You know,
did.
from a higher pitch to a little of a deeper sound to the almost hoot.
Yeah.
Do you think that it was recorded?
I did not have my recorder on at that point.
Yeah. We didn't set the recorder up until
My
close
poor
to
bed.
bedtime,
Yeah.
probably 9:30, 10.
That was our problem last night too.
Yeah.
We had some vocals right at dusk.
Yeah.
And we missed them because we didn't get our audio out till after.
I almost wonder if it's by design. Yeah.
It seems that way
It
sometimes.
does. It does.
I said it's amazing how unobservant people can be in the woods. And I've spent my whole life in the woods. We did this overland trip trying to get to Bumping Lake and got to a point where we're not going to go. The tree fall was too thick, too heavy to go with the dog. So we're backtracking and we're coming up a different section where Mike had come through with the dog. And I'm standing at this tree going, hey, Mike, did you go below this tree or over it? I don't like crawling over big trees. You know, I'll walk around. I'll do the extra 20 feet. And Randy goes, hey, Rod, look. And it's a humongous shelter. It's right there. You know, something had built this shelter. It aged. Again, it was aged. It was broken, older, rotten. But I'm like, I'm standing right next to it. I'm looking how to get over the log. I'm not looking what's going on around me.
See you, man.
See ya. Hey, Doug, what'd you hear earlier?
Something's walking around back here in the trees behind my camp, which is over there. So.
And you said that was
cracking branches, bigger branches.
You said that was when you were making dinner?
Yep. Yep. So probably around 7-ish.
Something, elk, deer, bear. What'd you say?
Yeah, that's what I said. Something. Oh, and then I said, oh, it must be a Bigfoot. That's why we're here, right?
Yep.
So our friend Doug O'Reilly was on the trip at the beginning, and the day he was leaving, he took a walk by himself in the morning away from camp. He said he was about 3/4 away from camp, and he heard something down below breaking branches, so he snapped a photo. Here's that photo. We're going to return in a few weeks with Doug and rule out a stump. Hopefully it's not a stump, and if it is not, we will get a good idea of the size of this figure. Now, if you have watched our Bigfoot Airbnb video, I'll link that down below. At the end of the video, there is thermal footage. Now, this thermal footage is not super exciting. It's kind of blobby, but it is interesting. And it just got a lot more interesting because that footage was filmed from the exact campground that we were at.
So we followed them out and they hit the intersection. We flew around the ponds and everything. And I was coming back. I said, well, the South team said, hey, we're starting to have activity up here. So the South team was up in this area. So as we were flying back, I was about 1.5 miles out. I noticed they were standing right here in the trees. Originally. Yes, originally. They were standing right here. I was about 1.5 miles out. And as we came in, I was about 1,900 feet from them. And I noticed as they came out, I even said, hey, they're walking out of the trees into the meadow. So they stopped in the meadow, and all of a sudden it looked like they were squatting down. And I even said, wow, it looks like they're squatting down. And then I realized, wait a minute, one's bigger than the other. Why is that? So I just hit record. I should have been recording, but I was trying to save some battery time.
Understood. Yeah, it's battery. Yeah.
This is the recording of these, and this is right as they squatted down. But you can actually see the right arm moving right here. Even Scott Taylor said, hey, the right arm seems like it's moving around. And there's something else I got on here that's going to prove that it wasn't an elk.
I can tell right now it's not.
Right. I hit the heat seek button. Dude. Cool. Yeah. That's the heat seek. Scott Taylor walked up here to this video, or not the video, but the meadow. There was 3 meadows right in a row. This is the next day we did a recreation of this. Here is the log that's lined up right here, and there it is right there. So on this one, I'm about a 45-degree angle to this. Okay, with Scott, I'm looking almost straight down at him. This was the footprint that was found at that site.
Point out that you can see.
So
toes.
Here's toes right here. The side of the foot goes down right here. The only reason this side of the foot wasn't pronounced is because you stepped on a root wad, and you can see it.
What's interesting about that
Right.
is the fact that you said it's about size 15. Oh, Patty Patterson Young Film, she was a size 14.
Oh, 14?
Yeah, and that seems to be, generally speaking, when it comes to large adult females.
Okay, so when I flew back up there with the battery change, they were gone, and there was 3 meadows in the row. This is the 3rd meadow. This is an elk or a deer. And you can clearly see.
yeah.
I mean, just clearly see this is not a person.
If you are in the Washington area and would like to come see us share our evidence, we will be speaking at an event in Randall. You can buy tickets at beyondthefootprint.com. Also, we have a Facebook page now. So if you want early access to these videos, go see us on Facebook. We'll also have some events and other things listed there, only exclusive to Facebook.